Hey everyone, how's it going? Jokey Pants here. I would say Jokey Pants has bad taste, or Jokey Pants whatever, but I don't really have any... It's not really like a series thing. I don't know. I'm talking about another PS2 game that I grew up with when I was a kid, and that is Yu-Gi-Oh! Duelist of the Roses. Now, most people, when they talk about Yu-Gi-Oh! They grew up with on a PlayStation device, they typically talk about Forbidden Kingdom or Forbidden Memory, whatever. I've played that one on the PS1. I had a cousin who had it. I played it. It did what a Yu-Gi-Oh game needed to do, which was just let you play the cards and enjoy the game. This, on the other hand, when it came to PS2, took the Yu-Gi-Oh formula and did something that I hadn't seen with it, which was you're laying down monsters and then moving them on the board and actually doing things with them instead of just cards. You're actually controlling monsters and moving them, which was neat. It was one of the most unique concepts when it came to Yu-Gi-Oh. The only other one that did something like that I played personally that I don't currently have, or I'd include footage of that as well, but that one I wasn't able to get when I was buying up my PS2 games originally, but I'll get it eventually just to have in there for nostalgia. But Capsule Monsters was the other one that they did. I think it's like Capsule Coliseum or something like that. But that one's more like straight up chess, where like they're metal. They're like metal or stone pillars. Either way, and you have to move the characters that way. This one was you lay down the cards and then the monsters come out. Almost like straight out of the show, where like the monsters come up and they're summoned and they move around and they do their thing. So yeah, the Duelist of the Roses took that idea, the whole concept of summoning the monsters and moving them around the board and attacking your opponent. So it's not just relying on spell cards and whatnot. Although the spell and trap cards in this are really annoying because they don't do what they do in the show. This just kind of made up whatever the hell they wanted them to do, or tweaked exactly what they did, so some cards do more damage or give more life, whatnot, than what they would. And of course there's fucking cheat codes. Of course there's cheat codes. You just make a Blue Eyes deck if that's what you wanted to do. I didn't do that for this at all, because even growing up I never used any cheat codes for cards, because this game, you don't really need it. You literally don't need it. Like, for instance, for me, I picked the Prince of Darkness deck, or Dark Prince, or I don't know, whatever the Prince of Darkness or whatever, and it's just like all zombies and fiends, and make a pumpkin, and then get the Goldvine Mammoth, because he's the strongest card in the deck, and then you can make another one, because with this one also, there's not polymerization, you just take two cards and put them out there, and then if they fuse, they fuse, or they go together, or if they don't, it kind of just gets discarded. It's an interesting enough thing. As a kid, it was a lot more fun to just pick random cards and see what fused and what didn't. You'd screw yourself over because you'd run out of cards, and then you'd just be like, well, shit, now what do I do? But it's interesting. I like that aspect to it. There's a lot of things in this I did like. I like the monsters coming to life. I like them attacking. I like that you're moving them around. It adds a more uniqueness to a Yu-Gi-Oh thing. But this one's set back in the 1800s. It's set during the War of the Roses, which is a real, actual historical battle. But of course, this gets Yu-Gi-Oh-fied, and it's instead of just England kingdoms battling, it's Yugi versus Seto, and they're the two Rose kingdoms, whatever, and they're the ones battling it out. Much like they do in a lot of things with Yu-Gi-Oh, they take something actual historical, and then they're kind of like Assassin's Creed, honestly. Before Assassin's Creed, the Yu-Gi-Oh is the one doing that. Fun, isn't it? Anyway, but no, I enjoyed this game a lot growing up. I played the ever-living shit out of this, and it has always been like one of my favorite games with my PS2 when I was growing up. This was one of my like go-to have fun games, and it took me a lot longer as a kid because I just didn't understand shit. Whereas playing this one now, like, God no, I just beat the living hell out of everyone. Like, you get to pick two different sides, so that you can either pick the Yugi side with the red rose cards, or you can pick Seto and get the white rose cards. And, and then you just battle through everyone you know from the shows, really. Joey, Seto, Tristan, like, you battle through everyone, and it depends on whose side you're on of who you're going to battle. So, like, clearly picking Yugi's side, you're battling all the villains from the Yu-Gi-Oh! Show. So you got Weevil and Rex, Pegasus, Bandit. Holy shit, my brain had a stroke. Keith Bandit. Yeah, really, it's all of them. I think the only one who was like originally a villain is the water deck guy. I think he's on Yugi's side with this, so you fight him with Seto. Because I didn't fight him here, so I'm pretty sure you fight him with Seto. But it's interesting. The one thing is, like, there is one of the Gate Guardian guys, the two brothers that they have in the show. You only fight one of them, I think, because I did not play through the Seto side of the story. Because it's not one of those games where you play through both and then you get the full story. Like, you just pick one of the two. I went with Yugi because that's the one I played the most. But I think the other brother's on Yugi's side, so you still battle the other one. I think he actually has the Gate Guardian. Because the brother you face in this one, it has the Monster Master dude with the whip. But he does have Jiraigumo, the giant spider. So they have things from the show that you would know for different characters that you would know them to have. Like Pegasus, his whole deck is an entirely attuned deck, which I lost to him the first time and then won the second time. I don't know, he's just kind of a douchebag. But really, that's really, for me, that's what I do. Is like, this is one of my favorite decks because it's all zombies, and I can make Pumpkin, who, when he's up. If you don't know Yu-Gi-Oh, Pumpkin, when you have him face up, at least for this game. In actual Yu-Gi-Oh, you need another card for him to do this. But luckily for me here, you only need him. But if he's in face-up defense, he increases all zombies by like 100 points every turn. So you can just get him to pump things up. And then I get my Goldfine Mammoth, the Golden Mammoths, and they're the strongest card in this deck. So I just get them with the Pumpkin, and then I just win. Literally, that's how I win. Pegasus beat me the first time I played him because I fell into his trap like a fucking idiot. I shouldn't have rushed in to kill him off, but I did, and I left myself open and screwed myself, and then he won. He won because of a magic card, so he didn't actually kill me. He just had a card that did enough damage to kill me because he's a bitch. But it didn't matter because then I just did the exact same thing the next time playing him and then won. So like I would have won the first time if he hadn't been a little bitch. So, and for the most part, that's really my tactic on everyone. I get Pumpkin, I get Goldvine Mammoth, and then I just bully them until either I get them to 0 or they quit. Because you can surrender. And unlike most games, the AI will surrender. There's a few of them I recorded here where like they just surrender because I get them surrounded and they're like, the fuck am I going to do? All right, I give up. So I did that a lot. I did that a lot on my playthrough, making people give up. Keith Bandit's also a bit of a pain in the ass because, machines, and his machines are super overpowered, but play your cards right. He's not that. I beat him in one go through. Which really, the only one who gave me trouble was Pegasus. Everyone else I beat one time through. And then Pegasus was like, I had to play him a few times. Or I had to play him twice. And then the only other ones that really gave me any trouble were Seto and the final boss. Because they are fucking ridiculous. The field that they use is absolute bullshit. I fucking hate every minute of it. They can fuck right off. They suck. And then, of course, with Seto, he just throws out fucking blue eyes nonstop because, it's Seto Kaiba, he's got the blue eyes. Like, yeah, but, like, why does he get to summon those immediately? Like, I get this as a regular Yu-Gi-Oh! Where you have to sacrifice to bring things out, but, like, for fuck's sake. But once you defeat all that, then you go home, and then But once you defeat everyone, they summon you back home, and that's it. That's the end of Duelist of the Roses. And then you can start a new game and play the other side of it. So then you could go play Seto if you didn't, or you could play Yugi if you didn't. It's it's all up to you. And then there is also a versus mode, but I don't have any of the versus mode included in here because it leaves some to be desired. Because, like when you're playing your opponent in the game, all their cards are question marks, so you can't see what it is they're doing, and it adds that mystery of trying to outplay them. Whereas if you're playing with your buddy, you have to be able to see the cards, so it's more of like when your buddy's playing, you have to look away from the screen, and you can't look while they play. Vice versa. So, that leaves a little bit to be desired. But it is interesting that if you have 2 memory cards, you can play with a buddy on the couch because it'll use the save from both of them for the deck that you have, and then that's how you play with each other. But if you've never tried Duelist of the Roses, and you can get it if you're somebody who uses ROMs, whatever, go for it. I'd say at least try it out, try it for yourself. It has a lot of nostalgia value for me, so my opinion's a bit skewed. But I enjoy it, so, I say go check it out. Stay tuned, I got other games that I want to go through and do some stuff with. We'll see where that goes, what games I actually get to. And go check out our main podcast, What an Oddcast. Do that every week on Thursday on all podcast platforms. And Jokey Pants Has Bad Taste on YouTube on Oddcast Network, our main channel. But until next time, stay odd, stay happy, and may the heart of the deck or cards be in your favor. I don't fucking know. What are you, I'm a comedian. I'm just here to make you laugh. Shut up and go away.